Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda, Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, off into a 1v1 on Faymonville approach. In the east, it is Mule fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Sitting fourth here with the fourth Fallschirmjäger Division and Luftwaffe. Dark Pioneers Fallschirmjäger on the west stands a rotator fighting for democracy and America. Pushing forwards with the 45th Infantry, we got assault engineers right off the bat here for Mr. A rotator and some riflemen most likely. Meanwhile, hard northern focus here from Mule actually, like even ignoring the fuel point right outside his base is definitely interesting. As always, big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps immensely with the YouTube algorithms, and of course keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. Finally, a big thanks to Felix for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. So big thanks to you, Felix. Anyways, Fallschirmjäger Pioneers just moving out there. Okay, looks like Mule here realized, hang on, there's a few upon right next to his base, could actually grab. Meanwhile, scouts hard at work there, grabbing points well. The up north first shots fired, rifleman assault, he's catching the Fallschirmjäger and unsupported. The Fallschirmjäger is certainly a bit exposed there. But calling more Fallschirmjäger, no grenadiers. Will he go for an MD42? Of course, this is also a very good question. There's definitely a divide there amongst players. Some players go for them, others just don't bother with the MD42. Many amongst those who do go for them, there's certainly some differences in like when they actually go for them. So also stuff. Similarly, A rotator's kind of like, you know, putting a bit of a low burn there in the fuel point out of his base there. Much more focused on just denying his opponent fuel in a sense than getting his own fuel. Far up north, Pioneers just basically having a bit of fun there. This Grenadiers Fallschirmjäger fighting the rest of the Raft Squad here. Certainly a bit of an awkward start here for Mule. Further south here, Pioneers and Scouts shooting at each other wildly. Second Raft Squad almost done there for A rotator. Another Grenadier squad for Mule. Flanking the GIs here, but the Fallschirmjäger, the Grenadiers draw the primary bit of fire there. Very good. Sony's closing in to push out the Fallschirmjäger. Grenadiers are being bled out, just not going too well here for Mule. Really rough start, and we got another Grenadier squad right on the corner, plus of course A rotators. Third Raft Squad is on the way. They definitely should get that fuel point right next to his bases soon. Got best of the kitty cat. Also kitty catting about. Pioneer system versus one, he's been slowly bled out here. Looks like Mule finally pulls through here. But certainly it's been a bit of an expensive engagement, if you will. Further south, these skirmishing continues with other scouts slowly dominating the Pioneers. Basil there wanting some attention.
A fuel point is being seized by the enemy.
Up north, German forces pushing forwards, but isolated there. It becomes easy, of course, for Irritated to push in there and push back. Will Mule go for the Luftwaffe company? Will it be the Panzergrenadier company? Both buildings are definitely seeing, I think, much more equal use now compared to, like, you know, last couple of patches where the Panzergrenadiers, I feel like, were just the building there was much more in usage compared to Luftwaffe.
The sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
It does look like Mule here might be playing at the Luftwaffe company, considering he could be going for the Panzergrenadier company already now here. They push out the Stummel. A half track. Panzergrenadier, we'll have to see. Fighting around, he continues. Slow, very slow ball there. Should get the Grenadiers to merge with the Fallschirmjäger to keep them, you know, topped up. Rifleman closing in here. Brutal fight here. Strafing around here, called in. Seemingly also just in time to catch Raft Squads. Pinning down one of them, but there's still one going at it. Fallschirmjäger getting ready to run. He's going to have to retreat here, I think. Or he can merge just in time. Again, close shave there for Mule. Pioneers closing in. Grenadiers forced back. Raft Squad of veterans run further south here, but the scouts hard at work there. And finally here, for a lot of sacrifice, Mule pulled through. Fallschirmjägers lined up. Got the Luftwaffe company on the way as well. So could call in some Fallschirmjägers pretty soon there.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Engineers have been reinforced. Ready to get to it.
Grabbing the northern points.
Fresh boots.
Seemed, yeah, Mule, they kind of missed the point. He was like complaining he didn't get both the squads pinned. He wasn't saying that was a bit weird. That gets a bit of loss in translation, maybe. Just Mule is more used to like US players complaining about, you know, stuff working on the German side than not working. It's hard to say. It's only a number of interpretations. Jaegers on the way there. I mean, some Fallschirmjägers I think would have been quite handy, but the Jaegers do mean you can, for example, have a Panzerstreak theoretically at the ready here. Got assault needs with a flamethrower here. Hard pressure again. Mule a bit exposed here once more in the face of the head-on American assault. Just big old push there by a rotator. We'll see what Mule ends up with. Got the Jaegers there ready. And of course have the grenadiers there go heal. Thumbs up. Splitting the field on the cutoff point. So far, a rotator's got fairly good macros going for 4th Rav squad. No officers or support center yet.
Rifleman squad deployed.
Which he will need, of course, if he wants the BARs, for example, for his riflemen.
Commander, starting IMC
Fast deciding now is a great time to cuddle out. So there we go. Now he's a bit more content there. Fallschirm Pioneer getting focused on. A rotator if wanting to put those chaps to rest. We got the 2-to-1 there for Mule. And we got grenades here for a rotator as well. Looking for some more explosive firepower to match against the Germans. South side though, Mule is keeping a bit of enough presence of mind here to push through there. Thumbs up. Rifleman really bleeding through the grenadiers. Of course, the sword is closing in as well here. Not the best engagement here, honestly, for Mule. But he's nonetheless pulling through. Again, it feels at times like a bit of a higher cost. Got the grenades ready. 2-to-1 almost done. Infantry support center almost right around the corner as well here for a rotator. Into the captain, of course. Unlocks the BAR. He so desires it. There we go, 2-to-1 rolling out here in the name of freedom, not freedom, the opposite of freedom, democracy and liberty, Deutschland. Assault is being met here with heavy fire from the German troops, semi-automatics and bold actions. And we got Scots and the EC unlocked their favorite rotator already. I definitely expect the Scot here soon enough to put Mule under some heavy pressure, which will definitely force him to upgrade here to counter that. Likely the Panzerbüchse is going to have a better chance of hunting down the Scot and finishing off. Meanwhile, I mean, he could consider upgrading the Fallschirm Pioneer here with the grenade launcher or the MG-15, but I feel like the grenade launchers are a bit more flexible. In terms they can deal with both light vehicles and infantry, and can, you know, work fairly well against units like Coh3. The MG-15 also just kind of has a bit rubbish DPS, I'd personally argue. There you go, Fallschirmjägers in here for Mule, thumbs up.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
4th Fallschirmjäger Division was actually a bit unique and had not just German paratroopers, but Italian paratroopers in it as well there. So, bit of a fun little detail there.
Enemy movement near victory point.
Got the Fallschirmjägers at the ready with their Fallschirmjägergewehr 42. Northern victory point, they're kind of abandoned here by Mule and Deutschland. It does look like he lost a Rav squad there. Got the Scot out though. Both sides got plenty of munitions. Of course, Mule could lay down some mines. I mean, so could a rotator, honestly, as well. So far, both players are resisting the urge.
Now under enemy control.
There you go. M8A1 Scot out. Getting the taking a lot of damage. Got the Pioneer's grenade sitting out there from Mule's base. And there goes Scot unleashing hell there with the 75mm howitzer. Blasting German infantry positions there. No mercy here from a rotator or democracy. And we do get the Panzerbüchse upgraded into 2-to-1. Tell them to hunt down the Scot there more actively and aggressively.
The enemy have taken territory from
So
us.
not a bad choice. Further south here, steady progress here, but Mule, his Fallschirmjäger still remain in ambush. Lying in wait with the FT-42s, the Fallschirmjäger 42.
To the front.
Likely the later model, as the way actually overall 2 models of the FT-42. Like, main difference just the FT-42 late model was easier to produce. Like, oh, really most developments of weapons when like there's a late and an early model during World War II. Late war models almost always were focused on just making the weapon easier and cheaper to produce. Fun fact. Because at the onset of the war, most weapons weren't really designed with that in mind. The closest is probably the MP40, and that was clearly not enough. Anyways, further south here, Fallschirmjäger's pioneer squad holding off the Raab squad here. GIs, they're getting ripped apart by the Fallschirmjägers, the Green Devils, as the Western Allies colloquially call them. Overcoming the riflemen there with heavy automatic firepower. We got advanced logistics in the way for Rotator, Northern Victor mixed use for the Scouts. And we got another Fallschirmjäger squad for Mule. Definitely something also to notice is there's definitely more Wehrmacht players just willing to call in the Fallschirmjägers now. I mean, you do have to be careful with them, but well handled with an officer's quarters, they can actually like hit pretty hard. As they got better overall DPS dispersal compared to the Panzer Grenadiers. And they get a Panzerfaust. Can't sleep on a good Panzerfaust either. As their version is actually better than the Grenadier version. And in fact, there are actually various versions of the Panzerfaust as the war went on, with each one being, increasingly better. Even more fun fact is, towards the end of the war, they actually developed a new type of Panzerfaust that would have acted more like a Panzerschreck, if you will, but which never really saw service except for some testing. But that one was actually quite interesting. Could even like add fragmentation sleeves to the warhead to make it like even better versus infantry. So, weapon support to the favorite rotator, bunker for Mule. Some good old casualty recovery there. May one, of course, take up here soon for some Panzer Company. There you go, Raab squad being met with not one but 2 Fallschirmjäger Gewehrs squads. They just heavy fire their grenade off. Fallschirmjäger's taking a massive blast from that one. Quite painful there for Mr. Mule. And the Scud, of course, further complicating matters. We've even got the Jaegers upgraded with a Panzerschreck. Certainly highlighting he's struggling to put an end to this, as it is quite mobile and for such a light vehicle, fairly spongy. Like, it can take a fair amount of damage, which combined with its speed and size can make it pretty difficult to deal with if your opponent knows what he's doing. And so far, a Rotator is definitely playing this like he somewhat knows what he's doing.
Enemy movement near victory point.
Like, he's no Elon Musk, that's for sure. Anyway, Scott bombarding the Fallschirm Pioneer there, armored car rolling in.
A victory point is
Grenadiers, Jaegers, Pioneers on the move here, straight to mine. Grenadiers being heroically sacrificed by accident there. The Fallschirm Pioneer getting absolutely pulverized. Need to retreat in there. Rückzug! Rückzug! Verlassen die Stellung! Amerikanische Schweinhunden!
They've pushed us off a sector.
Fallschirmjägers, they're setting up with a fresh wave there of heavy automatic fire there. Panzerschrecks there, landing good hit on the Scot. No sign of further tech yet out of a Rotator. No tank depot. But that's partly, of course, just due to good play there for Mule for map control there. I mean, it does help you take out like multiple Fallschirmjäger squads. And comparatively, a Rotator hasn't even researched the BAR. So, in terms of like just, a bit of individual firepower, Mule can actually, at least for the time being, outdo a Rotator fairly easily.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
Except, of course, for the Grenadiers. I mean, they're absolutely still toast. There you go. A Rotator finally, finding the key to the lock where all the BARs are. Got the Scot there roaming back for some repairs, most likely. Also got the Bazooka team there pulling back, and we got the Panzer Company out of Mule and Deutschland. The 4th Fallschirmjäger-Division, 3. Fallschirmjäger-Kompanie.
Sending our frontline forces some much-needed firepower.
Pioneers need to be a bit careful.
Quartermaster needs to pull his finger out.
So what will be next out of a rotate, of course, is a very good question. Pioneers then getting glassed by the Scot. Ludwig goes down. And Basil continues to cling to me. A very large ferry limpet. Got the Fudging Pioneer moving up. Still no sign of upgrades for them. Not that he needs to, but, you know, I do find they perform fairly well with the grenade launcher. Though sadly, unlike the Panzer Pioneer's grenade launcher, they do not get a smoke grenade ability from it, which I don't know why.
Relay orders. Move complete.
Bazooka squad is equipped and ready.
But apparently decided they didn't need it.
Captain here. What have you got?
There you go. Captain getting ready once more for a rotator. Second Bazooka Team air rotator, of course, quite aware of the fuel situation, is also under no illusion that Mule's not going to be hitting him with tanks first. So wants to be ready for it.
We've taken them down to 300
Meanwhile,
points,
upgrading the
Commander.
bazookas, of course, for extra anti-tank ability there.
Let's tackle the Germans.
Contact.
Bit of skirmish here, Falchion Pioneer engaging their scouts, Captain backing it all up. Also south here, bit of progress there being made by a rotator, and I don't know what's going on there. There we go, the Mule with the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Mule, by the way, should go for the Luftwaffe, of course. I mean, the Jaegers, the Fallschirmjägers, and the armored car would all benefit from it. So in the case of the Fallschirmjägers, he's got two of them. Getting them, like Betchy 2 and Betchy 3 fast, I think, is really important, especially when you also consider, like, you know, particularly Betchy 3, they do get a significant health bonus, which helps them, you know, overcome one of the major weaknesses, which is they do kind of, like, go down fast if you're not careful. So giving them, like, in a total of, like, 80 health more for the entire squad can come quite in handy there. So I would certainly strongly recommend Mule just to, like, help them get to that faster. Mule, they're going head on here versus a rotator. No real attempt to flank him. Outmaneuver, maybe bait him into, like, some traps here with the Fallschirmjägers.
Enemy movement near victory point.
Okay, Fallschirmjäger force looks like he's going to, there we go, ambush anyways. Though more head on. Looking to perhaps catch the Scot, there we go. Panther Fausto did not go off. Very lucky there for a rotator. We've got the Panzerbüchse there, a bit too late to the party though. Still, push goes through. A rotator clearly was not expecting such a brazen assault. Armored car scores a decent hit there, and in the south, got the fuel plant being grabbed. No immediate response here out of Mule to this particular brazen and cheeky move there against the German Reich. Got the Panther IV, the Fallschirmjäger supporting the southwards here.
Look, boys. Fresh boats.
And our third bazooka team here. A rotator going hard on those bazookas.
Being neutralized.
A real bazooka Billy there.
Scouts. Loaded.
Almost got the third bazooka team ready.
Bazooka squad reporting in.
Definitely a strategy that's popular with some players because you get them upgraded, you get enough of them. You can just kind of walk straight at a tank, just fire like a full volley of rockets, do a fair amount of damage. And in several cases force the tank to withdraw there. Archman catch Ralph's squad here, Panther IV joining in the fun. Heavy automatic and high explosive fire does force Ralph's squad to withdraw up north here. Slow push there, but nothing significant to threaten their Mule's northern holdings. AC moves first, but there you go. Trill bazooka squads, there you go. Almost got the Panther IV down to half health in a single volley. We do get a loiter here called in. A rotator completely lacking any attack of guns is, of course, vulnerable to this development. And there you go, grenade off as well, Panther IV. Oh, almost lost the Fallschirmjägers to mine there. But still, he lost a rival squad. I mean, he's actually very short in infantry now. He might even lose the captain here. So, not going too smooth there for a rotator of anything. And without following up to finish that Panther IV. And he lost the captain. One bold pilot there took him out.
Enemy forces are converging on a fuel point.
Command, this is Eagle 1. I'm taking out a retreating American. Good work. Good work. You know what we like to say in the Luftwaffe? What do we like to say? Anyone who's running away from us is American. Anyone who stands still is a disciplined American. He says that? Some of us do. Oh.
Lost.
Anyways, right-wing 40 here. Bazooka team supporting the northern push here.
Sector gone.
Fresh right from their favorite rotator, but his infantry's definitely hurting here. Turning more to just sheer blob tactics as well here. Then we got a Ralph squad here being ambushed with the Fallschirmjägers. Oh, straight into a mine. He's really been busy with all these mines though. Thumbs up. It definitely hurt Mule there at several, like, in cruise. Whoa. I just realized he actually been going for, like, infantry reinforcements. He's actually gone for the Flak 38 and the Flak 36. AKA the Flak 88. Another Pentafor there for Mule, so...
One of our munitions points is
I mean, I
being
suppose in
utilized.
case Irritated does manage to, like, turn out a lot of EC8s all of a sudden, he's going to be ready to an extent there. But yeah, you don't really see the Flak 36 from the Luftwaffe a lot, as it's, well, A, really static, and B, typically tends to be countered by, like, you know, just an anti-tank gun or two A moving at it.
One of our sectors is now in
Like,
enemy
if it could at least fire high explosive shells, it would probably see more usage, as the actual Flak 36s could. Fun fact, by the way, they can even be used as artillery. In fact, in some cases, were used as artillery. Which is typically less discussed when it comes to things like that,
Use our
but
command points.
the Germans were big fans of, like, you know, getting the most out of their equipment in that way. 308 was 270. Able Tater still's got the lead. He's finally got his tank depot on the way there, but he's definitely hitting some difficulties by now. Losses he suffered in terms of infantry, they made it easy for Mule to get ahead of him, and now he's sort of starting to get back into the fight there as well. And it's not becoming easier with Mule having access to two Panther-4s.
We must act. The sector's been
No
overrun.
officers' quarters, boys, still out of Mule.
Now
Not
under
a single
enemy
one.
control.
Don't think he'd benefit from at least
Back. We're down to 300 points.
one for the Luftwaffe and of course one for the Panzer Company. And still no sign of upgrade there for the Falchion Pioneer, but of course if he's focusing now primarily on the Loiter, it does make sense. It's like, you know, not spending munitions upgrades. And we got a fourth Bazooka team in favor of Tater. He's not just a Bazooka Billy, he's a Bazooka Bill.
Where the hell did they come from?
Only his mom calls him Bazooka Billy. Everyone else calls him Bazooka Bill.
Bazooka squad is equipped and ready.
There you go, fourth Bazooka team ready.
A munitions point is being attacked.
Could of course deploy some white phosphorus here, but should of course go for War Machine. He needs to hold on to the fuel better, but he's not far away there from an EC8 in theory. Assuming he doesn't do anything like, you know, too silly. But that said, the veteran 2 Fallschirmjägers will most certainly make short work of the Bazooka teams. They're absolutely defenseless against them. Again, a bit, the lack of overall frontline infantry to tackle the Fallschirmjägers is a bit of a problem if they rotate. And of course a blessing for Mule and Deutschland. I mean, he could go for some Starstorm now, just to like further help those the Bazooka teams, or he could go for like a third Fallschirmjäger squad. I mean, we'll have to see what he does. Also, firing there because he's paranoid about mines. Like, he knows these are good spots to mine, so of course, if you're wondering where's a good spot to mine in Faymonville, these two spots, obviously, and here. I mean, basically anywhere, like, you know, with this, in a sense of bottleneck, is a great spot to mine. We do get started from Mule, could of course gone for a third Fallschirmjäger squad here. Smoke being deployed there. And we got the Bazooka Horde going for the Panda 4s. That said, of course, bunching them up also makes it easier for the Panda 4s to do immense damage to the Bazooka teams, so... Obviously, not all smooth sailing here. Did get both Panther Force down to half health. So, of course, had been able to get into position against the Panther Force with a bit less exposed, you know, path of advancement there. They probably could have done a lot more to the Panther Force, but without taking too much damage in return, which could have easily forced the Panther Force to withdraw. So you can sort of like get the idea there as to why, like, you know, some people really like these bazooka blobs, because under the right circumstances, they can do a lot of damage with those upgrades, because the high rate of fire and all that can really just allow them to, like, bomb it out immense anti-tank DPS. There goes, spotting some more of the mines here. Again, Falchion Peanut get free minesweepers. Thumbs up to Mule for remembering that. And Brad Pitt has finally arrived here for a rotator and democracy.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
And if you can't rely on Brad Pitt to defend democracy in America, then who can you rely on?
Down to 250 points. They've taken our victory point.
Third Panther for Mule. Victory points wise, a rotator still has a lead, but oh, there we go. Fudgemaker's getting off a double fast ambush on the EC8. Not good here for a rotate, and even worse for Brad Pitt. You do get the bazooka block moving in here. Panther Force could overcommit. Got one. Panther 4 kaput. Needs to get the other Panther 4 there before the bazooka vomits out. There, just look at that. Almost had the Panther 4 the entire Jaeger's moving in. White phosphorus rockets there could help cover the retreat of the EC8. He didn't pop the white phosphorus. Missed opportunity, I think, there by a rotator. But still, that was certainly a bit nasty there for Mule. EC8, of course, they need repairs. Got the self-repair ability activated. Can, of course, also get some of the assault units if they're there to assist with repairs, too. Honestly, at this point, for Mule and MD42 just to deal with the bazooka blobs would, honestly, I think, be a great investment. And there you go, spotting this guard here. Mule getting a bit aggressive here, catching a rotator unprepared and unguarded. Scott knocked out finally, took him forever, but he was finally able to kaput it. And then, of course, quickly gets out before the bazooka teams are able to line up their rocket storms there and just shred his panzers again. EC8 back in action.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
A rotator now more steadily stabilized situation with the rival, of course, the EC8 and Brad Pitt.
They've captured a victory point.
Keep careful with that bazooka team. The Fudgemakers are absolutely just letting loose there with a Fudgemaker geweers. Bazooka teams there push back. Further south, the German forces make steady progress. Going for those victory points. Average has been pretty good, like, just keeping his eyes focused on them and just steadily applying pressure to Mule that way. And we got survival training. Tougher infantry is definitely not a bad thing. And of course, you're the guy having to deal with said tougher infantry. Got the assault units once more on top of the Panther 4s. Of course, one argument for going for this tougher survival training right now is it does delay him going for another EC8. And I imagine right now what would benefit the rotator more is another EC8, honestly. But it doesn't mean the survival training itself is a bad upgrade. Quite the opposite, but I just think the priority should probably just be on more EC8s, at least for the time being. Got the Fudgemakers there, hiding out in some craters, ready to receive any American troops. Good old German way with heavy automatic fire. And there we go, letting loose. Immediately dropping down there. Bilbert falling in after it pretty quickly. Rather than taking losses, Eugene shredded there. Got poured on them there. And White Frost was actually employed here by Rotator's bazooka teams.
A victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Could definitely get some of these Fudgemakers back for reinforcement and healing, and obviously still would have benefited from an officer's quarter some time ago. Might even have at least one of them at G3 at this stage then. 245, 233.
point is no
But Mule
longer
is
under
starting to get
control.
better control of the victory points, ensuring that A rotator doesn't have quite as easy a time of bleeding him out. There you go, quick merge, thumbs up to Mule. Good use of the ability overall here. And we got the Falcons getting bombarded here by the Sherman ECA. And he's about to get mauled out there. Narrowly surviving that. We got a fresh wave of troops here. Falcon Pioneer. Starstorm backed up with the Panzerbuchs armored car here. Falcon still in the fight as well there, but the Falcon is.
They've captured
A rotator's head on assault, taking heavy losses there in the face of German determined resistance. And further up north, Jägersling came to North Victory Point here. We got 234 versus 230.
The victory point is
Things
under
are
enemy
pretty
control
close, and we
now.
got Mule there with a 3rd Panther IV.
We got a full crew.
Supplies are cut off.
And
We have
hold
holes
down
in
to
our front
both.
line.
They shot my fucking helmet off. Rifles reinforced. Get quick.
But we got a 3rd casualty with infantry there for a rotator.
The enemy is winning this fight.
And there you go, Mule overtaking a rotator in terms of victory points.
Orders just came in. Heads up.
You see it there making an encounter with each Panther team, which actually failed to penetrate or hit. Hard to say which of the two.
Damn it.
Wow, that's like the 2nd or 3rd shot that fails to like do any damage to these Yeet. That's kind of crazy to watch, actually. But there you go, quick counterattack. You realise that they rotate, of course, make the big push up north and use quick to respond here. That said, it does kind of bring in the force range of the bazooka swarm there. But we do also have a loiter here. And that results in a massive retreat of the bazooka teams. Full round here. Fox makes an retreat part of the Starstorm as well there. Could actually drop a Starstorm grenade assault here. No, doesn't do it, but we might still see some bazooka teams wiped out. There you go. 1 down, 2 down.
Down to bazooka squad.
3rd bazooka team down. Holy smokes, that is it. That is GG, I think. EC8 also in deep trouble here for a rotator as Mule unleashes hell to get another one away there. Another EC8 kaput.
That's more like Sherman EC8 isn't hailing us. It's gone.
There we go. And we got the Panzerbuchs armored car then at it. More bazooka fight. 2nd EC8 down. There you go, GG, game over. Brutal fight there, a victory for Mule, a loss for A-Rotator and Democracy. A lot of back and forth in the end. The A-Rotator took some heavy losses with his infantry times, which definitely did not help him. Particularly considering those focus like fast bars. He should have tried hard to just keep full rifle squads at all times. But also tactically at times, I think, got a bit too focused on just head-on assaults, which made it easier for A-Rotator to cut him, and a Mule to cut him down there. Also, the Falcons definitely, I think, proved they're worth this match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.